Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Nolan Wells' family will celebrate his life today at his memorial. Although he will be laid to rest, we are not going to let his story rest in the hands of this woman. Y'all know who this is? Well, let me give you a closer look. That's Dr. Stacy Turner. Stacy is the chief medical examiner in Mississippi. Yeah, she's the chief medical examiner for the state of Mississippi, the good old boy state of Mississippi. Stacy got some explaining to do because Stacy, for years, has been embroiled in what some people say are cover-ups. Yeah, trying to defend herself against accusations of cover-ups, specifically regarding deceased Black male victims. No matter what the situation is, no matter the condition of the body, it doesn't matter if it's badly bruised or beaten. You can have an arm detached. For some reason, Stacy cannot find it in her heart or the scope of her skill set to rule a Black death where there's a person who is white suspected of killing that Black person a homicide. She just can't do it. She cannot do it. Yeah, fam. Let's get into it because Stacy needs to be brought to the front of the congregation and let us know what the hell is going on. Let's start with the controversy involving Shannon Wilson and Dr. Stacy Turner. It stems from allegations that Tracy, the chief medical examiner of Mississippi, mishandled and covered up the suspicious death of the 13-year-old boy. Activists in the Wilson family allege that Tracy told them Harrison County does not perform autopsies on drowning victims, forcing the family to pay out of pocket for a private out-of-state autopsy. The case has fueled intense public debate and calls for legal accountability, serving as part of a larger systemic public outcry regarding how Chief Turner handles the deaths of Black individuals in the state. Backstory. On Mother's Day, May 8, 2022, 13-year-old Shannon Wilson went to a creek near D'Iberville, Mississippi with friends. The friends allegedly pushed him into the creek, watched him drown, and fled the scene to call their parents before alerting the police. The D'Iberville Police Department ruled the incident an accidental drowning before a full investigation was completed. According to Shannon's brother, Dr. Stacy Turner refused to conduct a state autopsy, claiming that the county does not perform them on drowning victims. This forced the family to seek independent medical evaluation elsewhere. She said Harrison County does not conduct autopsies on drowning victims. This is why research is important. It's cool to hear what a person got to say, but there's a such thing as trust but verify. But I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw it. But anyway, Harrison County, according to the state of Mississippi, will conduct an autopsy on drowning victims when the circumstances of the death are sudden, unexplained, suspicious, or when foul play is suspected. And I do believe that Shannon's case would qualify for suspected. Next up is the case of Damian Cameron. Stacy ruled his death undetermined following a violent confrontation with law enforcement. Not one, not two, but three independent pathologists later reviewed the evidence and concluded the manner of death should be ruled a homicide due to internal injuries. Now, I know what some of you law enforcement apologists out there are thinking. Well, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see nothing. What about now? You can look at that picture and tell something was really bad happened, right? You can look at that. You can see. He was beaten to death. But Stacy somehow ruled his death undetermined. Undetermined. Then there's the case of 21-year-old Trey Reed, whose case I reported on extensively. His body was found hanging on the Delta State University campus in 2025. Stacy ruled it a suicide with no signs of foul play, but a private independent investigation discovered blunt force trauma and extensive bruising, ruling it a homicide. And that brings us full circle to Nolan Wells, a young black man whose death was quickly ruled a drowning by Turner and the sheriff. And that brings us full circle to Nolan Wells, a young black man whose death was quickly ruled a drowning by Stacy Turner, Dr. Stacy Turner. Ain't no way she went to school and actually studied and actually passed on her own merit. She must got her education from Dr. Seuss. Ain't no way, family. Ain't no way she's a real doctor. If she is, well, I guess there could be a way, because Mississippi could bring somebody in like that. They don't give a damn, like, hey, rule it however you want to. Just, we just need somebody with a signature, okay. And Stacy was like, I'll do it. This is wild, man. This is wild. Stacy can't be trusted. She absolutely cannot be trusted. So here's the deal, family. Systemic issues within Mississippi's methodological death investigation system has frequently led to allegations of suspicious deaths being overlooked, misclassified, or inadequately investigated. See, Mississippi relies on a mixed system where elected county coroners, who are politicians and are not required to have medical degrees, work alongside the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office. Critical errors and massive delays have repeatedly sparked national outrage. What does this tell us? This tells us Mississippi really don't give a damn about these type of things. They really don't care about solving murders and giving families, grieving families, closure, at the very least to tell them the manner of death in which their loved ones departed this earth. That's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. Y'all know who that is? That's Emmett Till. Emmett Till was a 14-year-old boy accused of whistling at a white lady who later on her deathbed revealed that she lied. But even if she did lie, that should not have constituted a death sentence for a little boy or anybody, because somebody whistled at this hussy, this lying hussy. So what? It just really blows my mind how some white dudes go overboard with their so-called protection of white women, while at the same time beating on them and RAPing them and marginalizing them. It amazes me. So it's not that when they do that they have this like deep love for white women. It has more to do with possession than protection. That's really what it's about. It's possession, not protection. Stacy, come on now. It's time for Stacy to get on up out of there, don't y'all think? Stacy is not qualified to do the job that she was hired to. Well, let me back up. Damn, I keep forgetting it's Mississippi. They're cool with these type of results. Mississippi don't care. The state of Mississippi don't care. The elected officials, they don't care. They're cool with these type of results. Mississippi is still burning after all of these years. Mississippi is still the gum at the bottom of the American shoe. Stacy, you got to get on up out of here. She got to go. These are just the cases that have come forward. These are just the cases we know about. Imagine how many hundreds of others that she did an incomplete job of. Wow. No more talk.